Yorkie was trending on Twitter. And in case you don't know what Yorkie is, it's a confectionery from the UK. It's been marketed as more of a guy's chocolate bar at one point, and we'll get into the topic in a minute. It was marketed to have the tagline, "It's not for girls," and that slogan was retired 20 years ago. The person who made the initial tweet is Katie Montgomery. She wrote a tweet about her disdain for the way how Yorkie was marketed. Let's listen to what Katie has to say.
Yesterday, I saw someone had said, "Feminism started for me when I was 8 and I used to buy Yorkie bars from the shop as my Friday night treat, but I thought they were illegal to buy as a girl, so I bought them for myself, and I thought the shop lady and myself were part of a spy gang, I don't know, breaking the law, whatever." And I said, for anyone not from the UK in the 90s, we had a chocolate bar. I remember being disgusted by it at the time and just couldn't believe that anyone else was okay with it. I've never bought one.
Maybe the reason why everyone was okay with it was just a chocolate bar. Why are we so hung up about it? You know, like, they're all right. The whole idea of Yorkie being that it's a man's chocolate bar is because the segments that you would get would be much larger. I don't know. I wasn't part of the marketing committee. I think it's silly. I think that's the point of it. It's supposed to be silly. It's supposed to be funny. And if anything, girls would have bought it anyway because it's chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate?
When I was like 11 or 12, some of the boys in my class buying them and teasing the girls over them and just thinking like, what is this? How is this allowed? This is nonsense.
Maybe because it's kids being kids. So what? You know, kids are dumb.
Like, it's an advert from the 2000s, 90s, I don't know.
2002. It started off in 2002, early 2002, and it was dropped in 2012. And they changed the slogan from "It's not for girls" to "Man fuel for man stuff." It's still somewhat sexist, if you want to call it sexist, but okay.
It turns out that they finished this in 2011.
2012.
Right, but this offended a certain section of the world so much.
Maybe because you're crying about a chocolate bar during a health crisis and economic crisis. There's more important things to worry about than just how an ad campaign from the early 2000s offended people. And they dropped it. It's not like it's still going on now.
I got nearly 7,000 replies and over 5,000 quote tweets.
Yeah, because who says I was offended by a chocolate bar? I never bought one. Chocolate is lovely, man. Like, seriously.
And people were fucking raging at the fact that when I was 11, I was upset by "It's not for girls." Just bear in mind that.
But you're not 11 now, are you? You're older. You're like 30 now. You're 30 and you're crying about a chocolate bar.
About it by then. Like, I hadn't thought about this for fucking ages. And
then why bring it up now then? Like, leave the past in the past? Like, so much has happened in 10 years and you're still hung up about that one ad campaign for a chocolate bar. Do you see why it's so ridiculous to make that point?
I didn't actually look at who quote tweeted. I know Julie Hartley Brewer got on it. I presume that like all of...
I don't know who that is.
I got threats. I got people calling me a whore. Like, I got sent the most disgusting dick pic that I've ever seen in my life. I got sent a variety of dick pics. Like, this isn't a debate. Like, you cannot like my opinion of saying, like, I didn't like this.
I think it's more about how you're talking about how you're disgusted by an ad campaign that started 20 years ago, that people were offended by it and they did have to change it. It was changed, and even them changing it is not enough for you, is it? You're still going to bring it up the same way how any couple would have an argument. They will always bring up that one time that you got so drunk that you shouted obscenities. Not that happened to me. But you see my point? I just think if you have an opinion and you put it out there onto the internet, don't expect people to not be fully on board with what you say. You're always going to have those people on the internet, and that's just how it is. If you can't take it, get off the internet.
And I got so many people messaging me like, "Oh, you can't even take a joke." Like, I understand the joke, mate.
I think it's more about how you take a serious subject and you make light of it so it doesn't become so serious. Like, why do we have to be so serious about these things? You've always been told you shouldn't laugh about that, you shouldn't laugh about that. But we do. Because that's us as humans. That's us being human to laugh at something serious. And if we're talking about misogyny and misandry, should we stop selling for him and for her aftershaves or scents? Should we make all beauty products and hygiene products just for the one person? Should we make all medicines that are designed for women available for men?
I mean, I've probably got like 50 or more DMs over this.
Why don't you show us? Show us these DMs. Not that I don't believe you, but why aren't you putting these people on blast? Like, not doxing them, but like to just show us the message.
I want to see the receipts.
Like you've censored the person in this tweet that you replied to, but you won't show the messages. Like, I want to see what was said, what you used to reply to that argument, and how they replied to it. But the thing is, the number one thing that you should not have done is feed into the argument, because then what you have done there is dignified what they said, and you've given them what they wanted, a reaction.
I didn't ever send my own genitals to someone because I was so angry that someone had said this not, this.
What argument is this?
I mean, it is misogynistic. That isn't my opinion. That's just literally, that's how it works.
To a certain extent, in the terms of exclusion, but there was no enforcement of that.
Yorkie, 5 big masculine chunks of chocolate. It's not for girls.
There was no police guard standing in newsagents guarding the Yorkie bars. And I think maybe the reason why everyone was okay with it was because it was just chocolate.
If I say this is misogynistic, you can be like, yeah, but I found it funny. Okay?
Then why are you talking about it? Why am I here talking about this?
I remember reading this comment a while ago saying, every day Twitter has a main character and the goal of your life is to not be the main character. I think we got to number 9 at trending at one point. I was the main character.
You felt special, didn't you? You're making such a big deal out of this thing. It should have just been left alone. You should have just left it. But no, the reaction that you got out of it made you want to talk about it.
People, they just could not handle it. And I just like to make...
They couldn't handle it, but you couldn't handle it. That's why you deleted the tweet.
I got lots of quote tweets from women saying like, oh, I'm one of the good ones, whatever.
Oh, that was some shade right there. Oh, that must have fucking hit a fucking nerve when you saw that. I'm one of the good ones, whatever. You won't show those tweets, would you? Oh, let's watch that face again, watch.
Lots of quote tweets from women saying like, oh, I'm one of the good ones, whatever.
Oh, I can feel the vitriol in that whatever.
It's not, like, I was just shocked at how big a deal people made over this. Like, this isn't a big deal.
Then why are you talking about it? Why did you tweet about it saying that you were disgusted at the time? Why now, in 2021, when we've got a health crisis and an economic crisis, you're talking about a chocolate bar campaign from 2002? Probably like half your audience were not even born in 2002, so they don't even know. Why are you making a big deal out about it?
So what? Like, who cares? Anyway.
You do because you're talking about it.
Of course, the gender criticals also got in on this. Look at this one.
What is a gender critical? I don't understand what that is. I'm going to have to do my homework.
I wrote a complaint to Nestle at the time, so I presume they were an adult at the time. I got a sorry for your behaviour, sorry if you're offended type response.
Sorry you felt offended by our behaviour. Come on, it's right there. I'm looking at it right now.
I don't know. These people are meant to allegedly be defending women, but not when a trans person is calling out misogyny. Then you have to attack them over it.
How are they attacking you? They're laughing about it because it's so ridiculous. They're laughing about people making jokes about your tweet about a chocolate bar that had an ad campaign that was a joke.
1,400 likes. Like, people were so angry about this. I can't believe how
Not really, if they like the post.
angry people are about this. It's like...
I think they liked his tweet because they found it funny. The fact that they read your screenshot tweet and the following person's screenshotted tweet.
I've got a lot of abuse of this. I actually think that quite possibly now that I'm going to be Yorkie girl.
I'm just gonna leave that there. I don't know what to say.
Which is quite funny.
No, I'm just gonna call you Yorkie.
I guess a few comments I'd like to make are, one, it's not very nice when you have 10,000 people calling you names because they're offended over your opinion about misogyny.
Yeah, misogyny is not good. You know, I think the whole idea is dumb. Hating women for the sake of women being women. I find the whole idea very fucking dumb. The same way how I find women hating men on the basis that they're men dumb. And I find complaining about a chocolate bar dumb. Very fucking dumb.
Two, gender critical people literally do not give a fuck about misogyny and they will go all in on anything when trans people are getting a pile on.
You're not giving me examples, but I have to go with your word.
And so I was just like, well, I've kept this up. I wrote it out. I got 10,000 replies, and I was right. I mean, I don't take back what I said. I mean, I can't really when.
No, but you deleted the tweet, didn't you? You deleted the tweet, and I think the thing that you're forgetting is the things that you said after that tweet. So this was said after your tweet. Oh, the offended men have started turning up. Today is going to be hilarious then. So you're throwing fuel to the fire. I can't believe how many men have felt the need to pretend this is their favourite chocolate in the comments. Imagine being that insecure and defensive. To say that they're insecure is a bit mean in itself. If this is your opinion, you should have just left it on its own. It's like they feel they need to defend the honour of Yorkie. So embarrassing. Why are you tweeting about it? You're giving them what they want. They're getting something out of you. I drew a cartoon. Sorry for upsetting you boys. I'll make sure to never make an opinion again. And this is the picture that she made. I think misogyny is bad and you're such a snowflake. I'm not... Oh my god, why are you so offended? I think that's a very valid question. And I think this guy here, is this really how you see men? No, it's just what happened yesterday. Most men aren't offended by pointing out sexism, are they? How does that make... What? Most men aren't offended by pointing out sexism, are they? I don't get it. Really don't get it. But then she replies to someone else. You're missing the point. The men aren't getting offended. They're laughing at you for getting offended by a chocolate bar wrapper and highlighting the sheer hypocrisy as in Sheila's Wheels commercials in the 90s aimed at women. Which is an actual thing. Sheila's Wheels was a thing. I was pointing out the misogyny of the adverts and they're all offended by that, obviously. Lol. Won't talk about the Sheila Wheel ad.
I kind of west out. I deleted it because I just don't want it to... 10k is a lot, but if it's only got to pick up someone super big. Like, imagine if Donald Trump Jr. or some wanker saw it, then suddenly...
The media runs right away. It's Russian disinformation. There's literally zero evidence that it's Russian disinformation. The director of national intelligence said it. And by the way, more importantly, the FBI said it. And I don't say that because I think the FBI has more credibility. I say that because it's pretty clear that the FBI has done whatever they possibly could to hurt Donald Trump. So if they're even coming out and saying this, meaning the upper levels of the FBI, the door kickers love us, not so much the bureaucrats at the top.
Think about what you just said. Someone like Donald Trump Jr. Why would he care? Why Donald Trump Jr.? Why you just say Donald Trump? He'll probably look at it, laugh, and scroll on. Why would he tweet about your opinion when he's got more important things to deal with? They don't even know what Yorkie is over there.
People love to fucking hate people who attack misogyny.
People that love to fucking hate, like you, hating people who don't agree with your opinion.
Sorry the show has gone a long time. Sorry I started late. I love you all for sticking around.
I'm going now. If you're not going to talk about Yorkies anymore, I'm not interested. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, leave a like, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya. Bye.